Alrighty, so we're gonna take the party out west, to Fairfield, California, which is right outside of Napa Valley, up there in Napa Valley, California. Right? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look at Jericho Johnson. And Jericho Johnson here on the tape, the highlight tape, here on the film study, he looks strictly like a D tackle. Aiden Breland kind of has that versatility, but Johnson is a bigger guy. Johnson's listed as 10 pounds heavier already than Aiden Breland. But Johnson's a guy, Jericho is a guy that I'm really excited about watching because I think he has really good speed and change of direction. So I'm pumped about the signing. Here again, he utilizes his strength, and you could see in this defensive line, they want guys that'll play with instinct. And instinct means knowing where the running back is, knowing where the quarterback is. Here he becomes unevaded to the quarterback, and as a defensive tackle who's, again, going to put on more weight, he is twitchy, and he's very, very fast for a guy that's 310 pounds. He just is. He's very, very quick. This is not ideal blocking by the center. I believe it's the center and the guard. That's Matador, opening the gate and letting Jericho just run unimpeded whatsoever. The quarterback almost meets them at the handoff. Jericho should have just taken the handoff and maybe he would have ran the other way and pretended to be a running back, or maybe he just would have run it right into the dang end zone. Boy, everybody wins. Everybody on Fairfield winning after winning there. All right, 3 guys right into the quarterback. So here we go. So Jericho's lined up right here as the right defensive or the left defensive tackle. Going to get double teamed, but slivers through. Savvy play, slivers through to the quarterback, utilizes his strength to get to the quarterback. I want to see a play where he moves laterally because I know he can do it. Right there, yeah, that's good change of direction and finishing ability. And sometimes the big guys take a year or two to develop, especially strictly D tackles. They take a little bit longer to develop sometimes than maybe your edge rushers. Your edge rushers can be more impact from the get-go, but Tony Toyota, he's done a really good job with getting guys to stop the run, and that's what he's going to do. But he's an explosive player. The get off here, it's explosive. I mean, again, for this game plan's interesting to just not put a body or not put a single hand on Jericho Johnson. But that's a good rep. All right, there he gets it. Let's see. Right here he gets a good rep from the guard. The guard with some resistance, but then he powers through, seeks, and again makes a very athletic tackle on the quarterback. So I just think that right here, I like the speed and the get-off ability. I really do. I think that it pops on tape. I really do. I think that he's a great run. Right here, the get off and the ability that he had, that's just tremendous. And how the heck does he not overrun this play? I mean, that's so athletic because if you're running that little delayed handoff right there, I guess, is this counter? It's pull. So maybe it's counter. I'm not sure. Maybe it's counter or ISO. It's always power, counter, or ISO, I guess, of the 3 runs. Here he kind of gets unblocked, so they're trying to allow him to go too far upfield. But he's still, look at how they say that defensive tackles sometimes do ballet. That's incredibly flexible. To move your body like that and to make a tackle on a running back like that. That's flexible. Love the hustle. Really good competitiveness. Double teamed, finishes the job. So this team has a better plan as opposed to the other team that I saw, which didn't block. So again, for a guy that's that athletic, I think he's going to put on size. He's not an edge. He's a defensive tackle. He is a defensive tackle that'll clog up the middle and then make plays for you. utilizes his hands as well. And right here, he's only 16 or 17. This is him as a junior. But his get-off ability, his ability to trace and retrace, good hands, I would say, good hands, but his ability to retrace, and boy, I mean, there's some clips you watch. He's probably fresh right here in the game because the get-off here is absolutely insane. There's times when he looks like an absolute 5-star player. And the get-off can be for a guy his size. So trust me, he's going to a great place that's going to develop defensive line play. I mean, Lanning and Tosh, Tony T, they're going to get this guy into the weight room program. They're going to be shuttling out a lot of defensive linemen. So they're going to keep their D tackles really fresh. And right now he's 6'5". He can maybe even grow another inch possibly. Again, like just, the developmental pieces of this are just huge. And maybe you can see time towards the end of this year, but especially then as a sophomore, he's going to continue to factor in, to this D-line group, I really think, and be a part of this rotation because he's twitchy. He has really good get-off, like off of the football. He has good instincts, I would say, plays with right leverage, utilizes his, can continue to run his feet through blocks. And a guy of that speed. So, can he go as side to side, as maybe some of the other tackles? Again, he's 6'5". He's built at the requisite size, and it's rare to get a defensive tackle that's as polished, that's as good as a Jericho Johnson. I would say probably in Napa Valley is probably more rare. Usually, like defensive tackles probably that play in the NFL or that are very highly acclaimed come out of, maybe Louisiana or Alabama. I mean, Washington has a lot. I will say that. Like Utah, Washington has some defensive tackles. But to get it out of Northern Cal like this, right in Oregon's backyard, just a great job recruiting him. It was favored to go to Oregon the whole way and just signed there a couple of days ago. So I'm pumped about this signing. I mean, you see these splash plays. You see these sacks. You see the speed and potential of Jericho Johnson. Really think he could be a factor at the next level at Oregon.